Funko has just announced the hottest Funko line of 2021.
Importing all preferences from home interface. Systems are now fully operational.
But don't forget, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. So I wanted to come on here and talk about the fact that Funko has just released the hottest Funko Pop of 2021. Now, I don't know if they're calling it a Funko Pop or what exactly they're calling it, but if I fall into line with the albums, right? So they call these Funko Pop albums, right? So even if it's not like considered a Funko Pop, it's going to be in the Pop line, right? I mean, because it has a Pop in it. Now, this Superman comic first appearance, I don't care who you are, whether you are a Funko collector or a comic book collector, or, you know, because a lot of times we actually intertwine with each other, right? I mean, a lot of us, we collect comic books and we collect Funko Pops. I mean, so this community itself kind of intertwines with each other anyways. So I don't care which side of that you are standing on, this is going to be one that you are going to want to get your hands on right away. Now, I think if you go to Entertainment Earth, they still have this guy up for pre-order. I'm not 100% sure on that by the time this video drops because it has been selling out so fast. I know that it's sold out once already, and I'm going to assume that it's going to do it twice if we're being completely honest, because this is the hottest Superman that I could possibly imagine. The first appearance, Action Comics, which was the birth of superheroes right here in the United States. Now, there have been superheroes long before Superman, right? I mean, you could go back to superheroes as far back as Rome and the Rome gods and goddesses, and I know some people are not going to say those are superheroes, but if you'll listen to the stories and the depictions of them, they are absolutely superheroes that they put on a different pedestal, right? So superheroes are not anything new to the world, but you know, it was new to the United States when it came to that Superman, that first edition Action Comics, which is what they just put in that case. So the cases are going to be a lot like what you see in the Funko albums. I can see that the only difference is, and I'll throw a picture of it right over here somewhere or right over here, and I will throw like the link to these guys right up here somewhere, so make sure you go check these out as well, because the albums did not catch the attention that this thing has caught. So and that's, the albums have taken a little while to get off the ground, but the comic, I think they're calling it a vinyl, is going to look a lot like this, right? So I think it's going to be a little slimmer in like the aspect, so it's going to be slimmer than this, so it'll probably be about, you know, a good quarter of this cut off. I think it's going to be the same height. I think everything else stays the same. They just figured out a way to make this a little smaller, right? And it has caught everybody's attention right off the jump. It caught all the big channels. It caught Top Pops, Whatchamapops, Captain Pops. Every Pops that I can think of when they threw this thing up immediately went out there and said, oh my God, this thing is bad. So that tells me, not bad, I guess I got to think of how the young kids speak, because we would say, man, that's bad, which meant that's fire, that's cool, that's awesome, right? So every one of them had jumped on the bandwagon, and that is also like my second indication that this thing's going to take off and it's going to run. I expect to see lots of other ones after this too. I expect to see them do all kinds of first appearances, and we know that they will go all the way back to the very first one, right? I mean, so we know that that's not going to be the limit. Now, I think that we're going to see some DC stuff at first. I think maybe we'll see 3 or 4 DC stuffs, because it only makes sense to me that looks like where they went after their first how do you say, the royalties or their first licensing agreements. It looks like they went after DC when they went after those. Now, they could have went after lots of people at one time, but I think that we'll at least see 2 of the DCs back to back, and then we're going to start seeing some Marvel, and then it's going to snowball from there, I think. And this is going to be the hottest new collectible put out by Funko, in my opinion. Now, you can take my opinion for whatever it's worth, and you can sit back and think about that for a minute. But I've managed to call a few of these right off the jump. I called the sodas right off the jump. I called the albums right off the jump. The albums are still trying to gain speed, but they are gaining it. It has just been a slow gain. I don't see these being a slow gain. I think this Superman's going to be a really fast game, where people are going to jump on it and they're going to run with it. Guys, if you like this kind of content right here and you want to see more of this from me, but before we get out of here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. There is no Wayneko crew without you, and I truly appreciate you watching. Until next time, have a good one.